Hey everyone, welcome to Cornell's Euro podcast show with me, Cornell B. Back again with another video and welcome to my Euro podcast show. Thank you to the 508 subscribers who have subscribed to me to the channel. And also just to tell you guys that my new grand track for England, oh yay, we are England, is out now on SoundCloud. So you can go and check it out and go and give it a listen. And thank you very much to the 18 listens of the oh yeah England, we are England tune. Honestly, thank you very much for listening. So it's absolutely appreciated. So without further ado, let's get in the video. What a stupid, pathetic performance today. England drawing 1-1. I'm happy we got the point, but it would have been better if we actually got the win. Where do I start? Honestly, today's performance today was not good enough. That performance from England was not good enough today, right? Obviously, Gareth Southgate didn't change it. I expected that Palmer actually should have played, right? Why is it Palmer getting a sniff? Why is it Gordon getting a sniff? Why? What is it that Palmer and Gordon have to do? You bring all these young talents, you pick them and say, oh yeah, they've had a good, fantastic season. Oh yes, they've had good, fantastic, strong seasons. But then when you put them on the bench, you don't use them. Why wasn't Palmer used? Why wasn't Gordon used? Why? Why wasn't Eze used, even though he came on in the second half? And obviously Bowen and Gallagher, yeah? Which I'm going to speak about in a minute. Well, obviously that performance today from England was nowhere good enough today. From top to bottom, right? Honestly, Foden playing out of his position. Foden is supposed to be playing as a number 10. Bellingham obviously didn't look himself. He looked tired. He looked drained. Especially from that first game when he actually put on an absolute show. I mean, yeah, honestly, 13 minutes, 10, 12, 15 minutes of the game. Even when we scored, yeah, big deal. Brilliant cross from Walker. Honestly, I like the cross that Walker did. Kane slots it, 1-0. And do you know what we do? What do we do when we score? We are too uncomfortable, too comfortable. We sit back, we're too deep. The midfield, there was no energy in the midfield. There was nothing. And do you know what Denmark did? And you have to give credit to the opposition. Denmark were the better team. They showed how good, fantastic they are as a team. They showed their quality. They showed their class today. And they showed us what we were lacking today. And it was the same similar thing in the previous Euros when we played against Croatia and won that game. Second game didn't play well. We drew that game. And we did the same thing today. Honestly, Denmark were the better side. They showed their class. They showed their quality. I mean, obviously, big up, Christian Eriksen for him playing once again after the previous Euros of what happened. But obviously, amazing to see him playing again for his country. But honestly, our team today was poor today. Absolutely poor today. The players look uninterested. They look like they've seen a ghost. It's looked like they didn't bring all their hard-working performance that they do in the Premier League and bring it into England. Right? If you don't want to play for England, don't play for England. But my anger is the performance today was not good enough. Why wasn't the changes made at half-time? Why didn't Gareth Southgate go and say, okay, we are 1-1 up now, change the midfield, change it. Gallagher should have been put on at half-time. Because no disrespect towards Trent Alexander-Arnold, yeah, this midfield experiment that Southgate is doing, honestly, yes, you have to try other players and play other players in different positions and see how they actually do, right? Yes, I get that. It's the same thing at Lincoln City. Rico Hackett playing as a left wing back, but honestly, we all know he's not a left wing back, but he's still going to operate there and play where he's been told where he's going to be playing, right? That's a prime example, right? Honestly, it ain't working. And it's true, it's not working. It's not working at all. No disrespect towards Alexander-Arnold. Honestly, when Conor Gallagher came on, we saw a bit of energy coming. We saw energy in the midfield. Gallagher needs to play on Tuesday, right? He has to play on Tuesday. I want it back. It has to be Rice, Gallagher and Bellingham in that midfield, right? And put Foden back in his number 10. Because you can clearly see that Foden is not looking comfortable. Yes, I understand he was given another chance, despite I would have given Palmer. I would have actually played Palmer tonight. What does Cole Palmer got to do? I mean, obviously Bowen came on, made a little bit of a difference, but honestly, from overall from that performance today was not good enough. It wasn't good. The changes should have been made at half time. Saka wasn't that dangerous as I expected him. Yeah, certain parts of the game, yeah, he was dangerous on, and when he was going forward, and honestly, yeah, he had a chance as well to score too. Obviously, Rice, honestly, don't get me started about Declan Rice. You pay 100 million for him at Arsenal and say, oh yeah, I'm going to go to Arsenal and go and win the title. What? He was shocking tonight. He was poor tonight. Poor tonight. We're even lucky we didn't even concede 2 or 3 goals. He was poor in that midfield. His performance was poor. Absolutely. Alexander-Arnold, don't get me started. No disrespect towards Alexander-Arnold, man. Trips, Walker, same thing. Honestly, yeah, they got forward a couple of times, made a little bit of a difference, but it wasn't good. It weren't good enough at all. Honestly, we're going to go on and win the Euros. We have to play better. And there has to be changes next Tuesday. I want to see Palmer get an opportunity. I want to see Gordon get an opportunity. I want to see Foden playing in his number 10 position where we're seeing the very best of Phil Foden, man. Because we all know Phil Foden is class. When he plays for Man City, he's class. I mean, when they're at club level, they give everything. When they play for England, it's like they're not bothered, or something's not right, or something's not going on. If it's Southgate's tactics, it's not what it's being too flipping negative. I don't know, man. But today was not a good performance today. The only one that was actually doing something and that was actually putting his heart and soul into the game, despite that he made a mistake, but you know what he did? He ran back. He ran back, and he made up for his mistakes, and that was Mark Guehi. Mark Guehi was the only one that was actually doing something. Mark Guehi was the only one that was putting effort into his game, right? When Watkins came on, yeah, he was getting behind the defense and making runs behind the defense. Kane weren't doing none of that. Yeah, he scored a goal, big deal. Watkins was playing better than him when he came on. Eze, yeah, got in the game, yeah, lost the ball, was very unlucky with his mistake too, but still came on and made some sort of effort. But when Gallagher came on, mostly Conor Gallagher, he was a difference in that midfield. Something was so much better when Conor Gallagher was in that midfield. But then what has really got me is, what does Palmer have to do? What does Palmer have to do to get into this England team? What has he got to do? He plays 2 games, yeah, 2 games in the friendlies against Bosnia and plays against Iceland when we got slapped 1-0, yeah. But you don't play him in the tournaments. Honestly, what was the point of bringing Cole Palmer? What was the point of bringing Cole Palmer to the Euros? Why? Why you pick him? You would have just picked James Maddison or even a Jack Grealish. And honestly, it was just not good enough today. Something's got to change. Because if he don't change it, questions are going to be asked. Are we good enough to win the Euros? I want England to win the Euros. I want England to go all the way. But Gareth Southgate's negative tactics and his lineup is just not working. The midfield experiment with Alexander-Arnold ain't working. Something's got to change on Tuesday when we play against Sevilla. And I don't blame the other teams. They're licking their wounds and saying, oh my days, look at how we're flopping. Look how we're flopping. We missed out to qualify automatically from our group. Right now we need to go in the final game and actually go on and get a win. And go down the easy route that we're supposed to. Because I don't want us to play Portugal. I don't want us to go and play Germany when we finish second. Are you mad? I know at some point we're going to bump into them. At some point. I know we're going to bump into them. But honestly, something's got to change. He needs to change the team. He needs to put Foden back in his number 10. Put Bellingham back in that central midfield. With Rice. Have Rice, Bellingham, and Gallagher in that midfield. Right? Because this Alexander-Arnold thing, no disrespect towards Alexander-Arnold, it's not working. He has to change it on Tuesday. He has to change it on Tuesday. We cannot be playing the way like we played today. It was utter disgusting. That performance from England disgusts me today. It was not good enough. And something has to change on Tuesday. Gareth Southgate needs to do the right thing and put Conor Gallagher in that midfield, put Bellingham back in that midfield, put Foden back in his number 10 role. Right? Play him in his number 10 role where he will excel. Right now he's got to look at this game and say where it went wrong, where he could improve. Because it was not good enough today. It wasn't. Everybody would agree and say it was not good enough. Something's got to change. I'd love to hear what you guys think about today's game and the performance, honestly. Because I'm seething. Absolutely seething. Why is it Palmer playing? Why is it Gordon playing? Why? What do they have to do? Smash a like on my YouTube video, man. Thank you for watching Cornell's Euro podcast show, man. Obviously. Thank you.